What's going on, everybody? Goofy Rexy here. So we've had a couple days now to digest these new Blitz changes that Scopely implemented this past Monday. So I've had a few sort of mixed reviews in regards to how people feel about these new changes. The question that I have is, were our expectations too high? I think ultimately, Scopely kind of actually has delivered on what they said that they would do. But either way, let's discuss the good and the bad about the Blitz changes and what this could mean for us moving forward. So I feel it only right to go back to the blog post to actually talk about the changes that they've implemented, right? So the first update you'll notice is that we're limiting the number of chartless attacks for characters to 8 per 24-hour period within 2 hours between each refresh. Initially, when I read this, I was like, well, if we're limiting it to if it's a 2-hour refresh, then technically isn't it still 12 attacks in a 24-hour period? But then I realized that what they're doing is that they're actually just saying that they're going to limit you to 8 attacks per that 24-hour period. So once you hit the eight rotations, free rotations, then you're I guess you have to pay for more rotations. So I don't necessarily know exactly how that would work. If you do, let me know on that, but I'm assuming that they're going to say that you only have 8 free rotations that you can actually do throughout the day. Now, they said that this is meant to allow for more flexibility in your day when you're making a run at the top spot by choosing when to use a limited number of attacks. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't really think that they're actually implementing this so that you could benefit from it by having more flexibility in your day. I think realistically the reason why they're doing this is actually to slow down blitzbotting. And I say slow down because you can't really fully eliminate blitzbotting because they're still going to be able to set it up, right, from my understanding, every 2 hours, and then they're just going to be stopped at that 8 hour mark. But you're not going to prevent it from happening, in my personal opinion. So for them to kind of say this line that this is meant to allow more flexibility in your day when making a run at the top spot, in my personal opinion, is a little facetious. It's not really entirely true for them to say that. So I think that they could have worded that in a little bit different of a way. Next, it said that we're improving the reward structure for multi-day character blitzes. The only numbered rank rewards will be the top 100 players, and the players in the top percentile brackets will actually earn more shards than they currently do. Now, I do have both of my accounts set up here, my baby account as well as my main account. Now, when we actually look at the structures of these, or the rank rewards, previously, before number 1 with the old Blitz, the red skull Blitz as I have it up here, you were able to earn 295 shards in the top spot. Now you're only able to earn 100 shards if you are in the top spot, but they've expanded it now to being 1 to 100 that you're going to be able to earn in those top spots. They've now kind of just grouped all these together, the 1 to 100. They've kind of just grouped it all together and put it into one here where you're only getting 100 shards. Moving down, doing 100 to 200. I don't necessarily know what percentile that could be. That might be the top 1%. You're still going to be able to earn 100 shards. So technically, if you are in the 1% or the 1 to 2%, you're now actually able to earn more shards. So previously, before if you were a 1 to 2%, if you were a 1%er, you were earning 55 shards, and now as a 1%er, you are now able to earn 100 shards. If you are in so as we see here with the 2%, the 2 to 3%, the 1 to 2% used to earn 55 shards. Now if you're in the 2 to 3%, you're still only earning those 55 shards. But what this has done is that it has taken the 3% who only used to get 45 shards prior to that. So now instead of the 3% only earning 45 shards, now you're actually going to be able to earn 55 shards for a character Blitz. Y'all follow me here? Then when we expand and move it down a little bit further, the 6 to 10% used to earn 35 shards. Now what they've done is that they've actually grouped right here the 4 and the 5 together. That was earning 45 shards, so they're still earning their 45 shards, but now they're moving up that original 6 to 10% and expanding it now to 4 to 10%. So actually the 6 to 10% is now able to earn 10 more shards. So in the percentiles aspect of it, they actually have changed it so that the people who are in the 1 to 10 percentile rank, they're actually now able to earn more shards than they previously were before. So in my personal opinion, Scopely, you did well here. You said what you were gonna do and you actually completed doing it. So in my personal opinion, I actually do give them a little bit of kudos for this. I still think though that you kind of really should have made the drop a little bit less big for the top guys that are in the top 1 to 100. I think that if they had said something like, okay, well, we're gonna give the top, you know, maybe 210 shards, and then we'll give, you know, the next percentiles. If they had just changed it up a little bit, still kept the 1 to 100 and still kept it broken out this way, but 1 gets 210, 2 to 15 gets 160, you know, 16 to 100 gets 130. I think that would have been a better way to do it. In my opinion, I think that they kind of flattened the rewards a little bit too much. The next thing that I want to touch on a little bit here is really just with the milestones. So previously, before this, the milestones, had 14 milestones in total. They've expanded the milestones now to being 20 milestones. I don't really know why, because when we do the calculation of the milestones, they all actually are the same in terms of shards. Now I don't know about the gold and the Blitz credits and the Blitz orb fragments. I don't know about those. I haven't calculated those, but I did calculate the shards, and when you calculate the shards are all the same. So the question that I have is, why did we need to expand the milestones? Why didn't we just keep the milestones at the same, you know, place and rate that they were before? I personally kind of feel as if though this was kind of an unnecessary change, in my personal opinion. I don't know why they did that. I don't know what the intent was, but I don't really, I guess it's kind of a meh thing. Like, why did you expand the milestones? Was it just to make us feel better as people? I don't know. But in my personal opinion, they probably should have just kept it the way it was before. A curiosity question that I have is, what does this mean for us moving forward? So I kind of am in the middle where it comes to these reward structures. I don't like the fact that the higher players have kind of lost a lot of shards. I think that you're essentially pushing them now towards having to pay more in the game, which, if that's how we're going to incentivize Blitz, I kind of think it's a little distasteful, in my personal opinion, that they did that. But I'm curious as to whether or not, so Mordo, for the most part, is a character that a lot of us in this game do already have at 7 stars. So my curiosity is, what does this mean for new character blitzes, new character rewards? Are they going to keep those things the same as the way that they have it right here, where, okay, we're going to flatten the rewards, we're going to leave it at 100, we're going to give more incentives for you to get red stars on these characters. It's still relatively hard if you're not a launch player to even really get into the top 2 to 3% anyways. So I don't know whether or not how this is going to mean for us moving forward. We're going to see the Colossus Blitz next, so we're going to see whether or not the same reward structure is implemented. You know, that's a little bit of curiosity of mine, but what does that mean for us moving forward? What does it mean for us when it comes to blitzing? Does it mean that we're going to have to, you know, those top guys are going to have to pay a lot of money in order for them to be able to get those shards? I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? I'm really curious to see how this is going to work moving forward. I personally don't like the expanded milestones. I don't like the even lessening of the shards at the top rank. I still think that they should have kept those relatively high. I don't really like it very much. I do appreciate, as a mid-game player, being able to get more shards, but I still think that in a little bit of a way that, you know, you're kind of still hurting your player base a little bit. But listen, let me know what you guys are thinking here. Love to hear what your comments are. But as always, as I usually say, be safe and be blessed.